Hey, this is Dana from Amber Dog Productions. Hey, I kind of wanted to do a quick little video, reference the DJI AVATA 2. You'll see a lot of videos out there that are talking about the only way you're going to be able to get any really smooth clips and stuff like that is to be using the actual two-stick FPV controller. And this is what I've been flying with. This is the motion controller. It takes a lot of hate in the community. Don't know why. I don't know. I'm not sure why it does. I'll show you a couple of things about it here in a second. But anyway, I decided to get the AV2 out for some flights this morning. Flew a few, mowed the grass, and flew some more. Just having a good time trying to get used to the UAV. And then it occurred to me as I'm kind of looking at some of the footage I got this morning that I needed to talk about the motion controller because, like I said, it seems to get a lot of hate. And hey, to each his own, that's fine, but I think it's an interesting piece of equipment. Now, of course, they had the Motion 1 with the AVATA 1, and then they came out with the Motion 2, which gave you the joystick to be able to go move it up, down, left, and right for sliding left, sliding right, and going directly vertical and down, which you can still do by pointing up and down. But it gave you the ability to do orbits and things like that, and I don't hear a lot of people talking about those moves either. But anyway, we'll go over a couple of features on this Motion 2. Okay, so this is the Motion 3. Sorry, I think I said Motion 2 earlier. This is the Motion 3 that comes with the AV2, the AVATA 2. It's fairly similar to the AV2 or the Motion 2 in the sense that it has your throttle and it has reverse, a very limited reverse, but you can't go backwards. You don't want to be flying too fast backwards anyway. But it's proportional like a gas pedal. Now you'll notice there's a slight detent. It pulls back and then stops right there. And then stops. Now what that's for right there is in order for you to be able to turn the aircraft this way, you need to barely touch that. And then you'll see the circle appear in your screen. And when you do that and you tilt the controller this way, the aircraft will go this way. Now there's head tracking too, but that's what that little thing is for. It's like some take up in the trigger, okay? And of course this is your on and off button right here. And on this side is your start, stop, record. And then this is your selector wheel. And you can push this button in twice to use the goggles 3 to give you your cameras turned on and off to view your surroundings around you, be it picture in picture, or you can go 3D mode, which does not give you picture in picture, but it's a much larger picture frame you can look at through your goggles, and that's in your display settings under goggles. You can choose 2D or 3D. I use 3D, but you know, whatever. This button here is your pause or hold button right here, and you so to like to take off, you push it twice, and then you'll hear the motor spool up. You push it again and hold it, and then it will lift up and it will hover in place. And if at any time you're flying and you just like, you know, oh my gosh, something's going on, you can either tap that or just let off the gas and it will position hold for you. And this is your the MH on here. This is mode for sport and normal, and that's push and hold for a turn home. And this is your direction, like a joystick. You can make the aircraft actually move in any direction that you choose. Switch hands here for a second. So I do want to show this. I personally fly right-handed, and one thing I do like about this controller is the record button. It's right there. Now I have mine set to record on liftoff, so I don't ever forget to turn it on and catch the recording. So I do like that ability. If I decide I just want to fly around and not record anything, then after I lift off, I just tap the button and I don't have to record anything. So anyway, I'm going to throw a couple clips in of my flight around the yard here this morning, just trying to get familiarized with it and get used to how it flies. You will find if you have flown with the Motion 1 or 2, the Motion 3, while it's a little bit shorter, the Motion 3 flies very much like the Motion 2. It is slightly different, but not a lot. I would say probably the biggest thing to get used to is the trigger take-up, that little bit of take-up right there. With the Motion 2 and the AV1, you just tilted it and it moved all the time. The problem with that is that if you didn't want to use the joystick to go directly vertical and you wanted to tilt it directly back until you saw the marker to fly you know, directly up or down. The problem was, as you were tilting it, the aircraft inevitably would start to spin. And this take up in the trigger prevents that from happening, which is kind of a nice feature. You just got to get a little bit used to it if you're used to the motion too. Anyway, so here's some footage I took this morning, just bucking around the yard, having a good time. And you can see that if you use it smooth like you have to do with the sticks, you'll be able to see that you can thread the needle of this thing just fine. So don't let the stick snobs throw you off. There's nothing wrong with this controller. It works fine. Are you going to do hardcore acro? No, you're not. That's not what this controller's for. This controller's to bring people into the community and get them a good flight experience doing FPV. Or if you're in a cinema and you want to use the AV2 for, you know, low and fast or whatever, you can get good control out of this thing. So don't let people tell you different. It is going to be a little less powerful than it would be in full manual mode. There's no doubt about it. But I think it depends on what you're looking to do. If you're looking to go full on acro, no, you don't need this. If you're going to be like cliff diving at massive rates of speed, no, you don't need this. Can you cliff dive with this? Most certainly you can. So anyway, on to the footage. I would like to point out in some of this flight right here reference my comment about quote-unquote stick snobs. Do bear in mind, I do fly with sticks as well. I also fly 3D helis, and I've been flying with sticks for 40 years. So I'm just simply saying that I think the motion controller is a unique tool. You can do orbits like that, and it's kind of relaxing to use. So, you know, don't be bashing on it until you try it and actually learn how to use it. And by all means, learn how to use both. I think if you want to, you know, do a lot of things with sticks, you can do it with sticks. If you want to just kind of relax and do it with motion, do it with motion. Hey, Stace, how you doing?